There was a moment when the world changed, and most people never noticed it happening. No explosions, no emergency broadcast, no declaration of control, just a silent transition from private life to monitored life. And the man who revealed it to the world did not describe a future dystopia. He described a system that already existed. His name was Edward Snowden, and what he exposed may have been the moment modern reality quietly crossed a line it could never uncross. Welcome to Mysterious Encounters. Tonight's case file is not about conspiracy theory. It is about infrastructure, invisible systems, permanent observation, and the psychological consequences of knowing the machine may always be listening. Because Snowden did not simply leak classified documents, he revealed a hidden architecture, already wrapped around modern life. Before Snowden, most people imagined surveillance as something targeted, a suspect, a criminal, a specific threat. But the documents revealed something far larger: metadata collection, mass communication interception, phone records, internet activity, location tracking. The system was not merely watching individuals, it was mapping populations, building patterns, connections, behavioral models, and perhaps the most unsettling part was this: the surveillance was designed to feel invisible. No interruption, no warning, no obvious sign it was happening at all. Just ordinary life, quietly converted into data. Snowden warned that modern technology had crossed a threshold. The smartphone was no longer just a communication tool, it had become a sensor, a microphone, a location beacon, a behavioral archive. Every search, every movement, every late-night thought typed into a screen, stored somewhere, analyzed somewhere, connected to larger systems most people would never see. And over time, people adapted. That may be the most important detail. The surveillance did not need force. Convenience was enough. Because something changes when human beings suspect they are always being observed. Speech becomes filtered. Curiosity becomes cautious. Silence disappears. People begin performing versions of themselves that feel socially safe, not through direct control, but through awareness of potential observation. This is what philosophers once called the panopticon, a structure where people regulate their own behavior because they might be watched at any moment. Snowden revealed that the digital version already existed, not as one building, but as a planetary network, and once a civilization enters that condition, the line between freedom and performance begins to blur. But the system did not stop evolving after Snowden. It accelerated. Algorithms learned preferences. Apps learned routines. AI learned emotion. Predictive systems learned behavior before behavior fully occurred. The machine no longer simply stores information. It anticipates. It studies hesitation, reaction, impulse, pattern. And the deeper these systems integrate into daily life, the more invisible they become. That is the true evolution of surveillance. Not control through fear, control through integration. The feeling that constant observation is simply normal life now. Snowden understood something most people did not. Once systems like this become permanent, they rarely reverse. Governments expand them. Corporations monetize them. Societies normalize them. And eventually, an entire generation grows up inside the structure without remembering what existed before it. Which may explain why his warning still feels unresolved. Because Snowden was never only exposing programs. He was exposing a direction, a civilization slowly merging with permanent digital observation. Maybe the most important question is no longer, are we being watched? That question was answered years ago. The real question is, what happens to the human mind when observation becomes constant? When every thought risks becoming data, every behavior becomes measurable, every moment becomes collectible, and perhaps the final fracture is this: the system no longer needs walls, cameras, or visible guards, because people carry the surveillance willingly inside their own pockets. This was Mysterious Encounters, the Snowden file, the day privacy died. And once a machine learns how humanity behaves, the next step is learning how to shape it.